behind us here, we've got our 2023 Isuzu D-MAX, and it is time to turn it into the ultimate touring weapon. Absolute game-changing build. No, just kidding, because I actually don't like using those terms at all. But we are giving our Isuzu D-MAX a little bit of a freshen up.
Yeah, we're giving it a little bit of a, let's say, a bit of a lift and a bit of tuck.
Bit of lift, a bit of tuck, yeah. I think we could all use some of that every now and again. But look, today's going to be day one of the Isuzu D-MAX build. It is a 2023. We've had it for just pretty much bang on a year at the moment, and we've been using it full-time travel around Australia, towing our 1760 Goldstream caravan. It's done the job. It's done well. But it could use a little bit more.
Look, we could make it a little bit more lifestyle use for us, really.
Yeah.
It's just, we dump everything in the back of the cab and then the back of the tray, and that's life.
Yeah, it's not been the most organised setup. It's done pretty well for a stock standard vehicle, to be completely honest, but as Jess said, just needs a little bit more organising, a bit more user-friendly, a bit more on-the-road full-time sort of setup, and it's been completely stock standard, other than a sail plane on the back with a roller shutter, which we'll touch on those a little bit more later, but for now, we're going to head straight off and get straight into this build. Don't know how many episodes this is going to be or anything like that, but I'll tell you what, we want you guys to come along for all of them because it is going to be a cracker build. Not going to say those other words because that's just not us, but yeah, we'll show you everything that happens.
Exciting times ahead.
Today is the day. It is part one of the D-MAX build, and we're down here with Tom. Tom, where are we?
We're at Ultimate Off-Road in Pakenham today. Beautiful day, 35 degrees.
Beautiful Victorian Melbourne day. Not used to this sort of stuff. So we're here at Ultimate Off-Road. What do you guys normally do down here?
Look, Alan, all kinds of stuff. We're fitting canopy, suspension. We specialise in American trucks, domestics, all kinds of stuff. Literally a one-stop shop.
Beautiful. And now I wish obviously we were getting all that sort of stuff done to the D-MAX today, but we've just got one thing going on there today.
Absolutely.
Shall we step inside and have a look and see what you got going?
Let's do it.
So behind us, Tom, we've got the package for the D-MAX.
We sure do.
It's a rather large box, and I'm super keen to bust into this thing and get in there and be able to show everybody on here. Do you trust me getting into it?
Look, I hope that you have some experience in doing this. But it should be fine. Let's get into it.
All right, I'm keen. Let's do it. Cat's out the bag. We're putting a canopy on the back of the D-MAX, and I tell you what, this Utemaster Centurion Mark IV is an absolute cracker of a canopy, and I can't wait to get it on there, show you guys all the features and the specs and talk about all of that sort of stuff. But for now, we have to rip the sail plane off and the roller shutter that's on there. Comes factory standard on X-Terrain. We don't have an X-Terrain, this one's an LSU. Mate was kind enough to donate those parts to us, and it's done the job. It's worked well enough. It does leak a little bit of dust and a little bit of water, that type of thing. Plus we want that bigger extra room to be able to fit more in there. Potentially put a nice 12-volt build in there too. So for now, we're going to rip all of that gear off, and then we're going to slowly progress and get the canopy put on there. But I am super, super excited for this. Shane has absolutely cracked into it. He's already got the sail plane off and the roller shutter off and all that sort of thing, so it's all good to go. But I tell you what, it is full of dust under there.
Oh yeah.
Like, absolutely chock-a-block full of dust. But we haven't seen the Ute looking like this since, I think it's been about January when we had that stuff put on there.
Yeah.
Big difference. So he's absolutely smashing away through that. Tyler's down over there. He's putting together the roof rack, getting the cantilever roof rack all sorted. He's pretending to not read the instructions, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, super excited. This is coming together a lot quicker than we thought. So
It really has.
Yeah. First little test fit and sneak peek of the canopy on the back, and I tell you what, it looks great.
It does. It looks good.
Yeah. It's all starting to come together now, so I'm actually really happy with how this is looking. Obviously, we knew it was going to look good, but yeah, seeing it actually sitting on the back of the D-MAX is different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot of room in there now too.
There is, and as you can see, I've been doing not a lot. Well, Victoria managed to do exactly what Victoria does best. We had a beautiful 36-degree day when we were fitting that canopy, and then it turned to rain. So it's been a couple of days since we've had it put on. We were going to film this little walkthrough as soon as we had it put on there, but well, we'd be standing out getting miserable wet. So today we're going to run you guys through why we chose this canopy, some of the reasons, some of the features, and what we're going to be hopefully doing with it as we go forward. So with that said, let's get into it. Before we cover off the outside features of this canopy, I want to touch on the biggest elephant in the room, and that is why we've decided to go for the Centurion Mark IV aluminium canopy and tub setup compared to a tray and canopy setup. The biggest thing for us is we are full-time travelers, so we spend our time on the road all day, every day, and means that we're pretty loaded up in the van and the car. We just can't afford to have that extra weight. The aluminium canopy here weighs 60 kilos and the cantilever roof rack on the top is 17 kilos. So it's only an additional 77 kilos, which is nothing compared to what it could come in at if we were to put a big metal tray and big canopy on the top. Well, I think the easiest way to go through and show you guys all of this canopy and its features is to start from the top, work down, work from the outside to the inside. So with that said, I'm up on the roof rack here, which is the cantilever roof rack system that Utemaster have come up with. One of the biggest things that they've got about this roof rack is how it's actually mounted to the canopy down into the tub. So the way they've done it is they've used what they've called their strong bones technique, strong bones technology. It mounts straight down to all of the mounting points of the original tub, and that allows you to have up to 600 kilo static load on here and a 200 kilo dynamic load as well. So you can put your rooftop tent up here, you can put your max tracks up here, you can mount your awning off of here, you can do absolutely anything. There is a number of accessories that go onto here. We've left them all out for now because we're not too sure what direction we're going to go up here, but we know that this is going to be an absolutely brilliant way to do it. All of the crossbars on here are interchangeable from low to high as well as widths. So any accessories that you can think that you want to put on here, very, very easy to do. Nice crossbars with beautiful T-channels in there so you can just drop everything in, tighten it up, and away you go. Doesn't matter if you're traveling Australia full-time like us, a weekend camper or a tradie, you need to be security conscious and know that all your gear is going to be safe and sound inside your canopy. Another thing we love is the fact that this is full central locking on this canopy, both side doors and the rear door full central locking. And it's actually got a little mechanism on there so you can't even drop the tailgate unless you open up the central locking first. They've gone for bandit proof, what they've called bandit proof locking system. So when the car is locked, the handle itself actually disconnects from the locking mechanism. So even if you do pry this handle off or pry it open, the whole canopy is actually going to stay locked. All stays nice and safe and sound, everything locked away until you push your magic button, central locking goes, and then you have access to your massive, massive access door on the side of your canopy. Door goes all the way from the front to the back. It's not got one of those little side windows on there that makes everything hard to access. Gives you full use of the canopy. You can take everything in and out straight through the sides without any problems. At the moment, we've gone for very, very, very small amount of accessories on this canopy compared to what Utemaster do have available. The reason for that is this canopy is still going to be a work in progress for a little bit for us. And we kind of thought, there's no point in going and buying absolutely all of the accessories and fitting them all out to find out that we don't need half of them, or we're not sure where and how to use them. One of the things that we did go for though is the shelving system on this side. It is universal, so you can get it for the driver's side or the passenger side. We've decided to stick it on the passenger side, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. But it does mount straight to the roof as well. It actually mounts up through the roof racks, so from a structural point of view, safe as houses, it's not going to go anywhere. And you can actually put 30 kilos of weight on each shelf, so you can have 60 kilos in total weight on there, and it's not going to go anywhere. The whole car actually shakes a little bit when you try to pull them off. Coming around to the driver's side for a quick second, one of the things we wanted to show you here that we've gone for is the positive pressure dust reduction system that's on here. It is an optional accessory, but we figured being on the road full time on the dirt as much as we do, it was a bit of a no-brainer to have. Super, super easy operation. It's got a little lip on the front, so you can actually pull it up from outside. Pressurizes up the canopy so that dust or anything like that can't come up and get in. However, it's still advised to put a bit of a tailgate seal kit on there as well, just to give you that extra protection to stop anything from coming in. If for some reason you don't want to open or close the positive pressure vent from the outside of the vehicle, you can simply reach into the inside. There is a little finger tab and you can actually activate it from there to open it and close it. Whilst I'm over here on the driver's side of the car, you can see over my shoulder there, we've got the headboard. Now that is the Multec headboard, which stands for Modular Utemaster Load Carrying Technology, and it's taken inspiration from the molly panels that you find in military vehicles. Heaps of different accessories and different clamps, different things that you can mount up to that headboard. We saw it and we had a good thought straight away of what it is that we're going to put up on there. And if you need to mount things on there like we need to, you can take it out, mount them elsewhere, and then slide it all back in. But we're going to leave it at that for now though, because you're going to have to watch another one of our episodes to find out later what plans we've got for that. But trust me, it's going to be worth having a look at. In the few days that we went from the install till now, it did bucket down with rain and absolutely no water has got inside of the canopy. The seals that they've got on this thing are absolutely fantastic. We've been on some dirt roads too, so no dirt, no dust, no rain, no water. Super, super happy with the install and the weatherproofing of this canopy.
Well, that brings us to the end of part 1 of our D-MAX build series.
Yeah, we've got no idea how many episodes this is going to be, but we've got some big plans, or I've got some big plans for where this D-MAX is going to end up. Some of the things Jess doesn't know about yet, so we'll see if I get in trouble for those ones.
I'd have no idea.
If you have enjoyed it, please give the video a like, chuck a comment down the bottom with what you reckon we're going to get up to with this D-MAX, and of course, please subscribe so you don't miss any of the future episodes.
As always, never stop exploring.
Bye for now.
Hey, that's mine.